Hello friends, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Faith and I'm a registered nurse, and on this channel I talk more about leveling up generally and especially your career. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, leveling up my career by relocating from my country to the USA, where I believe I'll practice better and get to the height of my career. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Today I'm going to talk about the CGFNS and especially the visa screening credentialing. So that's what I'm going to talk about, the CGFNS, the steps that you are going to go through for you to receive the visa screening certificate from the CGFNS. So stay tuned for that and let's get into the video. So CGFNS is an international body that is approved by the Department of Homeland Security from the US to approve and validate academic credentials for those healthcare providers who seek employment, who seek to get an employment visa from the US government. And nurses are some of those healthcare providers. I think there are like 9, but nurses are part of those healthcare providers that are supposed to be evaluated academically by the CGFNS to ensure that they can effectively practice in the USA. Now, for you to get a complete assessment by the CGFNS for your visa screening, you have to go through 7 steps of verification so that you can receive your CGFNS certificate that will now be used to assess you, to ensure that now you are qualified to get a visa to work in the USA or to work professionally in the USA. Okay, now for you to start the CGFNS process and to send your documents for verification, you have to go through 7 steps that you are supposed to go through for you to receive that CGFNS certificate. Now the first step is to create a CGFNS account, and the way you do that is you go to the CGFNS site, which is www.cgfns.org, and I'll be showing some screen up here or down here, or anywhere on the screen you'll see. You go to their site and you click on the apply button. After you've clicked on the apply button, they'll tell you to enter your email address. Now you put your email address. After you put your email address, they'll send you a notification to your email address with a secure link that you'll now use to create your account with the CGFNS. So you click on that link. The email will come with a security code. So you click on that link. I may not be able to show every step because I've already created my own account, and for security reasons I can't open my account here. So I'm sure you'll understand the steps according to how I'm saying it and with what I'll show here. So after you've clicked on that link, now you fill your account information, right? you provide your personal demographic information, your name, your sex, your age and all that, your date of birth and all that. And then after that, you agree with the terms and conditions of the CGFNS down there. And then after that, you will create and save security questions and responses. They'll send you some, they'll bring some questions, and now you have to answer them. And when you answer them, please write down those answers, because anytime you want to log back in, they may ask you those questions, and you're supposed to provide the right answer for you to be able to even access your profile. Yeah. Then after you've saved them, now you create a strong password that you'll be using to access the CGFNS portal. So that's the first step, and that does not mean now that after you've created the account you've finished everything. There's also a second step. Now the second step is, now you complete your file, your personal profile. So once you've finished the first step, you've created your account with CGFNS. Yeah. Now you've created the applicant account. You log back in, and remember, don't forget to save those questions and write down your password or cram it if you can. So you log back in and then go to the app. You now are able to access the applicant portal, and you'll be asked to complete now your personal profile. Yeah, the personal profile will include your name, your date of birth and all that. So after you've logged back in, you'll go to you'll now access the applicant account, and then you go to the profile, my profile tab. You click on it on the menu, my profile tab, it's shown there, and then you provide your personal, academic and professional information. You'll have some prompts that will come up, and now you have to fill in your personal and academic and professional information. Yeah. And remember to look at your certificates as you are filling in this information, because once you start sending your academic credentials, they have to match that information that you are providing on the site. So be careful with that. Then after that, now we go to the next step, which is the third step. Now the third step, now you've created your account, you've entered your personal information, your academic information and your professional information. Now you have to make a purchase. You have to purchase now the services that you want, and in our case is the Visa Credential Assessment. So that's what you are going to purchase. So now you go back and click on the shopping cart on the dashboard. There's a shopping cart. You click on it, and sorry if I'm looking down because I've written down the steps. I don't want to miss any. So after that, after you've clicked on the shopping cart, you add the Visa Credential Assessment to your shopping cart. Yeah, the prompts will come, and then you add the Visa Credential Assessment in the shopping cart. Then upon checking out, now you enter your credit information, the credit payment information to complete the order. And you can use your Visa your Visa card, which is what I used. Yeah, so I think by the time I was paying for my services, it was almost $400. Yeah, somewhere there, because it was like close to 40,000 Kenyan shillings. I think 32,000 Kenyan shillings, which is like $320. Yeah, so you pay, you enter your card information, and make sure you have the money in the card. So after you've entered it, now you'll see the order requirements. Yeah, after now you've paid is when now you'll now access, I think it's a form. Yeah, you'll access forms that you will be able to fill and send to your professional institutions, like the colleges, that now they'll be able to release your academic credentials to CGFNS. You don't send them yourself. You fill the forms, you send them to your institution. They have their parts to fill, and they'll accompany the form with your academic credentials, be it the transcripts, the certificates. Your board of nursing will have its form too. You fill and send it there if you have to, and then there's also directions on how to send your secondary school information to CGFNS. So you'll be able to access those forms after CGFNS has received your payment. And these certificates and your academic credentials should come straight from your institutions to CGFNS. If you send them yourself, CGFNS will not accept them. So that's the third step. The fourth step, I have partially talked about it, is now sending your academic credentials and your professional credentials to CGFNS. As I've already said, after you've paid for your services, now you can now access those forms that you are supposed to download. You download them and print them and send them to the respective institutions that are supposed to send your academic or professional credentials to CGFNS. Now, this includes your transcripts. For instance, your transcripts from your colleges and universities, and your secondary school certificate, and your licenses and certificate from your board of nursing that you are currently practicing under. Those should come directly from those bodies to the CGFNS. Remember, CGFNS will not accept the certificates or academic transcripts that you've sent by yourself. And also make sure you send those forms to the schools so that the required authorities follow the instructions strictly as they fill the forms and accompany your credentials with the forms. Because I've seen cases whereby CGFNS rejects a transcript. Maybe they didn't fill the correct hours that you spend in college that should be as per to the nursing in the US. So they reject it, and then it has to be filled again. You pay extra money again to the school again to do the same thing and send it back, which wastes time and money, which is not right. So after you've done that, then we go to the 5th step. Okay, the 6th step is still on sending your academic credentials, and that includes your secondary school certificates. Like in Kenya, it's secondary school, it is a certificate. Other countries is a diploma. Yeah, I think for my case I uploaded it. Yeah, there is a place that you can upload your high school certificates from CGFNS to CGFNS. And remember, when you are sending these documents, if your documents are not written in English, you have to accompany the document with a translation document. Yeah, that's just a note that CGFNS usually send with. You can see it as you are looking at those forms. Yeah, that's the 5th step. And now the 6th step. The 6th step is now submitting a proof of sitting and finishing your NCLEX examination. Yeah, there is 2 exams. There are 2 exams that I've realized that existed. I didn't know about the CGFNS qualifying exam, but apparently it's like the NCLEX. I don't know much about it, but I've just, as I was going through the website just to confirm what I'll be talking about, I realized there is a CGFNS qualifying exam. But in my case, I did the NCLEX, and that is what I'm going to talk about. So that's the 6th step. Now the 6 steps come after you've done your NCLEX and you've passed. Now that's when you can go to your site, to my profile, and update that you've passed your NCLEX. And once you finish your NCLEX and you pass, the Board of Nursing that you sat the NCLEX under will give you a licensing number. So that number is the one that you go to your profile on CGFNS and update it. You just go to my profile, and then there is the professional part of it. Yeah, there you'll add your license number under that Board of Nursing that you've acquired from the Board of Nursing that you sat the NCLEX under. And actually the CGFNS, that the license will be sent automatically to CGFNS after you've updated it from the Board of Nursing. On my part, it was the Texas Board of Nursing, so they've updated that on my profile. I can see. So that's basically the 6th step. Now the 7th and the last step for you to acquire your CGFNS certificate is to show a proof of your English proficiency. That's by sitting for the IELTS, which is the step that I'm on right now. So you have to sit for the IELTS to show that when time comes, when you're going to practice in the US, because it's a majorly English speaking country, you have to know how to speak in English, communicate in English. So you have to show your proficiency, and how you do that is by sitting for the IELTS examination. Now when you sit for the IELTS examination, there are scores that you must achieve for the CGFNS to accept it. There is an acceptable score that you must achieve for your credential assessment, and that is a band. And first of all, you have to sit for the IELTS academic, the academic IELTS, or the IELTS academic, yeah. So you have to get a band of 6.5 and above, and a band of 7 and above in speaking, but generally you can get a band of 6.5. So you can either sit for the IELTS or you can sit for the TOEFL. Is it the TOEFL? Yeah, the TOEFL. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't know much about it, but I think for the TOEFL you're supposed to get a band of 83. Yeah, 83 according to this. 83 with speaking 26. I don't know much about it because I'm studying for the IELTS. Yeah, so that's the 7th step that you're supposed to go through or to finish for you to get your CGFNS visa screening certificate. So that is it, friends. Those are the 7 steps that someone should go through before they receive their visa screening certificate from the CGFNS. I've gone through most. I'm remaining with the IELTS, which I'm studying for right now. Yeah, I hope you found this video informative. I tried my best to put the screens on the screen so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I hope that it educated you a little bit. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. I will really wish that you support me and put on those notification buttons so that whenever I post a video you don't miss it. I'm only trying to do this YouTube because I get a lot of questions about this process that I'm going through, and sometimes it is overwhelming to answer most of the people. So this is how I can be able to share what I've gone through with you guys. And thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the general journey of transitioning from your country to the USA. And yeah, let's walk this journey together. I hope I have encouraged someone to start this journey. If you feel like this is what you are supposed to be doing, just start it and do it no matter what. The journey is long, the journey is tough. There are so many processes that someone should go through, and sometimes it's good if you know, or if you've heard from somewhere, so that you can be prepared for whatever you're going to encounter. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.